I bought this fig tree, variety name is Brown Turkey, from Big Bug Store, and it's actually pretty good because it has a lot of branches. Usually when you go to store you see just one single trunk, not many branches, and it takes time before the tree will create all these branches you see on this one. And on top it didn't have very long branches, so already cut them. They are very short, not much. I got 4, and I left these very small branches on this trunk. So I saw several plants there, different varieties, but I didn't go with specific variety because I didn't like how plants look itself, because sometimes it just two sticks, that's it. There is no branches. It will take very long time before you will see any fruits on this one. So I have some specific plan for this fig. I bought it for doing my experiments. I'm gonna try on this one to do air layering, propagation bar air layering. So I have these bottom branches. They are very good to do that air layering because they are here and they're already horizontal, so it shouldn't be very difficult. So I don't know, I need to think which one I'm gonna do. Usually when I was buying fig trees and I was putting them on the ground, actually I do not have experience growing figs in a pot. This is gonna be first time which I'm gonna try. It's usually thick like this, and it takes like 2-3 years in the ground to that single trunk to branch out, to have fruiting, because your fruit will be forming on this new grow. But it takes time. If your plant is too young, you probably won't see any fruiting. Size. What is the size of this one actually? It's what's interesting. It doesn't have any label. That should be something around like 3 gallons, something like that. So here's the plan. I'm gonna take it out, see how roots looks like. Most likely they already run out of space. Then I'm gonna cut that roots, because I have 2 choices actually. If it's already root bound, I need to plant on a bigger pot or cut roots and repot on the same pot. And because I'm gonna cut all these branches, I think that's a good option to cut roots, add soil and replant them and see, because less root, it's gonna have less roots and doesn't need, it's gonna support limited foliage. See, it doesn't have really big leaves, it's not much, and it's not like I'm gonna cut a lot of roots. And when during adding new soil, I'm gonna put some fertilizer as well, because most likely this tree doesn't have nutrition left in this potting mix. Which you usually see in nurseries, not really not dense nutrition actually. It's usually a very short time when you can live on the same pot your tree, so you need to do something with your tree. Now let's discuss what I see on the label. let's read this label. Okay, say it needs 6+ hours full sun. Okay, I agree with that one. Let's see, water. Keep moist first year. Okay, I agree with that. Then you need to do watering twice per week after that. I disagree with that one, because if you're gonna have really hot temperature outside, let's say something close to 90s, definitely more than 100, it depends where you live. Like watering twice per week won't be enough, because soil is gonna be dying out between your watering. Let's say you live in California, where you don't have any rain during summertime, and you have like 90 or 100 degrees, depends on where you live. And if you're gonna water only twice per week and you have fruits on your tree, that means you can have splitting on your fruits, and you don't wanna your fruits will be splitted. I will have another video on that one actually. Let's say average mature size. It's say like 10, hated 10, and white is 15. If you want cut fruit of fig tree, it won't be 10 feet, it's gonna be much higher. I have seen such trees. So in order to keep it 10 feet, you need to cut. Spacing it's questionable, and depends if you're gonna cut your tree or leave it alone. Hardness, I cannot comment on that one. Fertilization, early spring. Yeah, it's probably fine. Well, that's it. That's interesting. As I say, it's actually does say this fruit does not need a pollinator. See back for details. On the back, we see this information. If desired, you can use following varieties for better pollination: Black Mission, Brown Turkey. This is Brown Turkey. Chicago Hardy, and Cadota. But figs do not require a pollinator. You can just have one single tree if you will, and you will have fruits. This is for sure. Another thing what I like about this tree, because it has this quite long one trunk. Because I have seen a lot of plants, even on a big pot, they have got like this, like 2 feet. In this case, you will have, if it's cut only very close to soil, you won't have like a tree, you will have bush. And here's the problem with bush. When I was growing my figs, I didn't pay attention much, like I was not doing any pruning at all. Here's what's going on. My first tree was a Black Mission, and at some point my fig was starting to have shoots from the ground. My husband back then said, you need to cut them. But if you have young tree and you're cutting your shoots, that means you're cutting your crop. So I left them alone. And what happened next? That tree looks like a bush, white bush, basically. When they say here 15 feet, yeah, it got like on third year, like 15 feet in white. And because all these branches kind of soft, they were not growing up to sky. They eventually went like this. And I have to put some stakes and make it more compact, because I was not able to pass, because I had very limited space. So I have to just use rope to make that bush more compact. I didn't want to cut them because in this case I will cut my crop. That's not my goal. And I have other two fig trees. When I bought them, they were very, very long stick, around 4 feet tall, one single stem. And they were growing, they were branching out on top. And that was very nice. I had Peter honey. That one was going to be very tall. Even it was younger than my black mission. It got the same height as the black mission very fast. And I had another one, message Panache tiger, which is green with stripes. That tree was not so vigorous in grow and was very compact and was branching out the same way on top. So I highly recommend to use that shape if you have limited space, and avoid having branches from soil, because in this case you're gonna have like a very wide bush, and eventually when you realize that you cannot manage that one and it's taking over, you will need to cut thickness like this. Yeah, because fig tree, they grow so fast and it's gonna be thick very fast. And at that point when I found out I need to do something with them, they were so thick, that trunk, so I left the loom. I leave it as is. But eventually you need to cut the height because if you look at this one, this is green stem, this is brown. You won't have any figs forming here. You will have figs forming on new shoots, which is green. And if your plant already 10 feet, all your figs will be on top. This is what I had. All figs on top. So you need to do some pruning. Okay, what else? Okay, next step will be to get this out of the pot and see how it looks like. Let's take a look on these leaves. So you see, new growth looks pretty good. And this one, such leaves are quite normal to see on figs, and they usually, once they grow, they drop all these leaves, and it always looks like you have leaves on green shoots and you don't have anything else. So it doesn't look like very like tropical, lushy bush. No, it looks like sticks, and I'll show it to now. I'll remove all these leaves. So basically, most trees will look like this, like stem without leaves, and on top some leaves. You cannot do much about it. Yeah, you just need to. It's gonna look like that. Not really beautiful, but you're gonna have very good figs. So I'm gonna cut all these branches. So I'm leaving one bud here. We need at least one bud so it can grow. We are not doing very close to bud, so you need some space, otherwise bud will not grow. So here, maybe this bud they have, but I'm gonna leave two here. This one, okay, they have two very close to each other. Let's do this one. Okay, and this one is too short. I guess I'm gonna leave this. This is all this too short to cut. Okay, and the rest of them, I need to decide which one I'm gonna cut. This one is completely extra. Yeah, we can cut this one too. Too small. Okay, I think it's almost run out of space. Can you rotate a little bit? It still has some actually space to grow. It's not so bad as I thought. But in any case, we're gonna cut and put some new soil, some fertilizer, and see how it goes.